episode of the Legends Never Die podcast. This is your host, Hunter Fruge, along with co-host Frank. Got Matt, Dustin, and Caleb all in today, our other hosts for the sports podcast. We're going to go over Week 5 NFL, Week 6 college football previews and reviews of last week. We'll start off, as always, with our bold take. We got MLB playoffs started last night. Cubs took the L to the Rockies in 13 innings. It was a good game, but my bold predictions, back-to-back World Series Houston Astros.
For me, it's going to have to be more Mahomes. 4 games in, still no picks. As a rookie, unbelievable.
My bold prediction is I'm finally sold. I'm sold LSU's winning it all.
My bold prediction, Tua over time and time again. Tua is a legit quarterback and will bring Alabama to another NCAA championship, no doubt.
Talking on LSU, what you just said there, win it all. We'll start there with a good week last week. Joe Burrows, man, he just looks like that nerd in class, that math magician out there. This boy's reading defenses like I've never seen before.
He's the quarterback that LSU needed. A decent QB is all that they've always had. A good defense, always had good running backs and receivers. Once you bring in a mediocre quarterback at best, LSU will thrive.
And they say the numbers never lie, the numbers do lie. His sub-60 completion percentage and his passing yards has nothing to do with his 0 turnovers, his ability to change plays at the line of scrimmage and create yards for the running backs. He just sees the field. He sees the plays before it happens. And I agree, Burrows, it's going to be tough. A good Florida defense led by Mullen this weekend in Gainesville. That's going to be a real good game. But you see what we done when the haters said last week that Ole Miss had a chance. You see what happened there. We had to smoke them down by 30.
Caleb, I'm going to agree with what you said. Mediocre at best. I'm not impressed with Joe Burrow. I don't even really watch LSU, but it's just another LSU quarterback.
I'm not impressed with Will Greer. Throwing 2 interceptions against Texas Tech. What'd he do? 2 last week?
That
What's he
held
got?
Oklahoma
10.
State
He got
scoreless
10
in the second
picks.
half.
10 picks again?
3 this
No.
year.
No, he got more than that.
Joe Burrow is the future of LSU. And like Dustin said, LSU wins it this year. The schedule favors
The
us.
future of LSU is Peter Parrish,
No. Who is Peter Parrish?
quarterback from Alabama. He's next year's starting quarterback.
For LSU or for Alabama?
Yeah, he's real good.
I don't see that happening. I see Joe Burrow leading us to the promised land. We got Georgia at home in a couple weeks. We got Florida on the road this week. We got Mississippi State on the road. Got Alabama at home. It's LSU, baby. It's our year.
You know, next year's recruiting class for 2019 quarterbacks, there's only one 5-star quarterback in the whole class.
Where's he going?
Oklahoma.
Surprise, surprise. Oklahoma with their heritage of quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Sam
LSU.
Bradford, Baker Mayfield, now Kyler Murray.
Peter Parrish was the last 4-star quarterback to commit, and he chose LSU.
Great news. All right, so we'll start with a recap of NFL last week. Thursday night's game. It was a good burner, exactly what we expected, high scoring. We had Rams taking on Minnesota, Rams by 7. Once again, the offense impresses me. McVay, you're a genius. Everything clicked. Cooper Kupp, wish I got you in fantasy. And that was my take on the Rams game. Rams might go 15-1, of course, losing to the Saints in the Dome, but I see a 14-win season at worst for Los Angeles.
Touching on that game, I like the Rams offense, but I really think they're going to miss Aqib Talib. Their defense kind of got shredded on the back end. I mean, their D-line did good stopping the run, putting pressure on Cousins, but overall stopping the pass wasn't that great.
Yeah, that pass defense, that secondary wasn't there. It didn't look as well. You have 2 dog corners like that, Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib. It's really hard to beat somebody. Nobody really can get a rush game going against the Rams. That's a really good D line. But yeah, take away from that, Cousins looked good coming back from that week that he had 2 weeks ago. Oh, that was pretty bad to the Buffalo Bills. He looked awful, but then looked really good against a solid Rams defense. But Rams are, man, I don't see how you can't say they won't win the Super Bowl at this point. They're just playing too well.
Dustin's Los Angeles Rams. Remember,
I like
it's
the
Dustin's Rams versus Dustin's
I
Vikings.
like the Rams.
What'd you think, Dustin?
I think the Rams played good football. Defense looked a little shaky. Kicker looked a little shaky. I'm not real big on Sam Ficken, but I saw he got cut today. The Vikings showed me a lot. Don't bet against Kirk Cousins in big games because Kirk Cousins in big games balls out. But I also like I said, my Rams. They're looking good. I see them losing one game this year, and the one game will be to the Saints because it's in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
In New
Touching on
Orleans,
that kicker thing real quick, this is a serious question, Caleb. You were a kicker in high school, so tell me this.
Right.
Kickers are so good, and they can kick these 50, 60-yard field goals in warm-ups, oftentimes even 70, and then they get in the game and they're missing extra points. Is it a mental thing, or is it a physical thing where the defense is coming at you, or is it a mental thing where you know you could get a kick block, you know that if you miss, it's on you and all that? So a mental or a physical thing? What do you think?
I would say mental because that's something you practice every day. What you don't practice is the full on linebackers, your defensive linemen coming at you off the edge and stuff like that. The rushing, that could be a aspect that you can look at. But I would say it's more of a mental thing, especially someone like Chris Boswell, who is coming off of one of the best years as one of the best kickers. Then you miss about 4 or 5 field goals. I mean, and honestly,
in repetition, it's definitely a mental thing.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Once you get in that head, yeah,
it's game
for
over.
sure. Just like I think, and coming back off the injury, we might see Greg Zerlin, Legatron miss a field goal, and then after that, probably finish out of top 10 this year as top 10 kickers. You never know. It just it depends on how you're playing. It's a mental thing for sure.
It's a mental thing. I agree. I'm not a kicker. I actually played a real position.
What I know is
Caleb was other than a kicker. I'm kidding. He did more than just kick.
Injuries
He was a
appear
2-sport athlete.
when you get hurt
3-sport
once,
athlete.
you get hurt twice. When you get hurt twice, you get hurt 3 times. Look at David Johnson. Everybody always wanted David Johnson because he was less injury prone than Le'Veon Bell. If you look back, David Johnson broke his wrist last year. The year before that, he broke his leg, sprained his MCL. I mean, David Johnson's injury prone too.
You just had to put that on David Johnson real quick since I got him on my team.
Not even on David Johnson. Leonard Fournette too. He touching on that. I mean, Fournette. They're talking about maybe 2 weeks. He might end up being on the IR this year. You never know. I'm thinking it's gonna be way longer than 5 weeks. He had that aggravating injury for the hamstring, turns around and hurts it again. They said that he can't, once he gets up to like that, that last little edge to where you just want to break out speed. They said he can't get over it. He's about 80%. And he just can't get 100% healthy.
He'll get back 100%. And guess who else is back to 100%? Le'Veon Bell, 100% attendance starting week 7. Pittsburgh, we're back. Get ready. Patriots, watch out in the AFC. Chiefs, watch out. Sorry, Patriots, y'all lost it. Jags, Chiefs, watch out.
By week 7, the Steelers will be out of the playoffs, and I don't think it's really going to matter. But that's going to bring us into the Dallas Lions game. Like I called last week, Zeke, 25 carries, 150-plus yards rushing is the only way you're going to win. And everybody was hating on Dak, but, hey, they won, so you can't really say nothing. The Dallas defense continuing to look good, and going at the Lions. Patricia, you got to give the ball to Kerryon Johnson. He's your best running back. Probably your second best player on offense.
I like where you went there. Dallas's defense played good, but I also think the game was handed to Dallas. You can't tell me that penalty for roughing the passer was roughing the passer. Matt?
Everybody this week, they got real hype about Dallas. I was pretty hyped too. Zeke Elliott runs for 150. But Dak Prescott threw for 250 yards, and you would swear he's the MVP of the season now. That's how people act. That's average, guys. A quarterback should throw for 250. That's not a unicorn.
Yeah. I don't understand like how people are saying Dak and the Cowboys are so good after they're literally terrible on the road and they're decent at home.
And Detroit is the second worst team in the league.
No.
I think so. They got the second worst record. They got the second overall pick at this point.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Detroit.
The
I
roughing
think
the
they're straight
passer,
garbage.
penalty on Dak Prescott was the worst I've seen yet this year.
I don't know. I think the one where old boy come through and tapped Ben Roethlisberger on the helmet and he fell. That was a, that was a pretty bad one too. That was a pretty bad one.
You know, Big Ben actually, after the game, they asked him about the roughing the passer penalties, and he said that one he actually thought was roughing the passer, and the other one wasn't. He said he hit me in the head.
He might have hit him with that forearm though. Bop, smoked him right on top of the head. But now that Dallas game, what I can take away from that is that their defense is pretty good this year. I would give them a top 8, top 10 defense for sure. Dak in my eyes is still awful. Dak had a good game and I called him having a good game. Once you get that run game going, you're okay. They need to feed Zeke the ball. Once you get into the running game going, he can do his little 15-yard passes every other 12 plays. Other than that, Dak, I can't stand him, man. I don't see him being a good quarterback. But they did good this year. No, this week.
I see Cowboys picking up a quarterback in next year's draft.
The quarterback from Oregon.
Exactly what I was about to say. I'd go for Herbert out of Oregon. We say A-Bear down here, but it's actually Herbert.
I know. I give Matt a lot of hell for West Virginia. Will Greer ain't a bad college quarterback, but he won't be a good pro quarterback.
I actually think it'll translate. I think he's going to be one of those guys who might be a better
Too small.
NFL quarterback.
Too small.
Too small? How is he too small?
I want a 6'5" quarterback.
Not everybody's Josh Allen, Dustin. Drew Brees isn't 6'5".
You're comparing Will Greer to Drew Brees.
Strictly size comparison, not skill comparison. Coming out of
what
college,
about Will Greer's accuracy?
Coming out of college, how good was Drew Brees?
Who is Will Greer played to actually show something? Because last I remembered, he got benched when he was playing SEC ball. He was playing SEC ball and couldn't even get on the field anymore.
Last time I remember, he won by 26 when he played SEC ball versus Tennessee week 1. But that is just a fact check. I don't know what SEC ball you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
When he played for Florida before he transferred to West Virginia.
His freshman year.
No, that ain't a complete different Will Greer. You're the same guy your whole career.
You are comparing freshman Will Greer to an NFL quarterback right now. You sound ridiculous.
And you're comparing an SEC defense versus a Big Ten offense.
And you're praising him for blowing up on the second worst team in the SEC, Tennessee.
That's okay. He still blew up. They're still undefeated. They're going to be top 10 when it's all said and done.
They've never beat Oklahoma.
They might beat Oklahoma this year.
Never beat them.
It's going to be a shootout. I think they played very good in Lubbock this week. I think they played very good. But how did we even get on Will Greer? On to the next NFL game. I'm going to go quick on this. Jaguars by 90. Blake Bortles. Will a real Blake Bortles please stand up once again? 1 week he got it, 1 week he don't. It seems like Fournette goes for under 50 yards or doesn't play, and Blake Bortles throws for 350 plus. It's weird, but Jags, you might need to consider moving on from Fournette. I love him, but trade him or something if your offense isn't based like that. If you're not based for run heavy. If you want to score 10 points a game and win 10-0, keep Fournette. But, hey, I'll take him somewhere else. I'd like to see him at another team. I think he's killing that offense a little bit.
I think Bortles he played decent, but I really think the Jets are just not that good. Like, the Jets, you said.
Jets are the worst team in the NFL. Can we all agree?
No.
Who's worse than the Jets?
The Bills.
True.
The Cardinals.
I think Jets and Bills.
Nah, Cardinals aren't bad. Rosen got his first start.
I think Jets and Bills would be a nice game of 3-0.
And they lost to Seattle at Arizona.
Jets,
Seattle's
can we all
terrible.
agree Jets and Bills would be a nice game of a 7-7 tie? A nice 7-7 tie. They'd probably have to set the over-under at 30 for a Jets-Bills
Jets will
game.
beat the Bills by a touchdown.
Yeah, I think
The Bills are
beat the Bills.
The Bills are about. And honestly,
But the Bills beat your Vikings.
And I know they did.
Well, moving on to the next game, we all know Jags destroyed Bills and Packers this week. Boring. Aaron Rodgers, you didn't impress me. You had one pick, one score, and like 280, 290 yards versus the Bills. Y'all won 22-0, had a shutout, but didn't impress me. Weak game.
You know what I like taking out of that game is Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is about to be a beast coming out that backfield. He's definitely gonna take over as the number one back. And I would, if you're, any fantasy, and if you haven't picked him up yet, which you should have, that's the man to go to. He had a score when he have a little over 60 yards on less than 12 carries. So I mean, he's gonna be a beast. That's a good offense right there.
My takeaway from the Packers and Bills game, is I don't have a takeaway. I actually can't stand to watch Aaron Rodgers play. But yeah, Packers played good, I suppose.
Rodgers, at the beginning of the year, you were talking about a MVP season. I'm yet to see any MVP play except for the second half of the Bears game, so I'm waiting.
He might be the least impressive quarterback in that division.
As of right now, yes.
Matt Stafford's putting up numbers on you, dog. All right, on to the next game from there. Patriots-Dolphins. Patriots did exactly what was expected. That was someone's premium pick last week. I think it was Dustin. Dustin also called me Sunday morning. I need to start listening to him. He said, dude, you got to put this max play in, $200. I said, on who? He said, Patriots and who? Jaguars in the teaser?
Yeah, I said you could do Jaguars or Packers.
Both teams won by 30. Only had to win by half a point each. Won by over 25. Would have been the easiest bet I ever took, but instead I take Los Angeles for over $150 by 4, and they win by 2 and nil the ball on the opposite 10-yard line.
See,
bad beat of the week right there.
Also, I said that my max play for the whole week was the Raiders by 2.5, and they won by 3.
They should not have won that game. Does anybody care to disagree that Raiders should not have won that game?
They shouldn't have won that game, but Vegas.
Listen to this, though. When was the last time you seen the Browns put up 40-plus points? Do we see a new offense here? Do we see a new offense in Cleveland that's going to put up 30 a game, 27 a game?
I like Baker Mayfield. I think he got a little bit carried away at the end of the game. He was trying to play hero, but I mean, you're a rookie quarterback. That's what you're going to do. You're going to play hero. That's just part of it. Every rookie quarterback goes through it. I do like the Browns. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think the Browns defense kind of set Baker up for failure right there. They had a good lead when me and Hunter was watching it actually at Walk-Ons. Shout out to Walk-Ons. We were watching the game, and I think the score was like what, 26-14, 26-14. Yeah, they're up 26-14. So, and then yeah. Oh, my bad. So they're winning 26-14 and then blew that lead. So I think you got to blame that on the secondary. Derek Carr comes down last quarter under 2 minutes. There's 2-minute ball and gets a little touchdown. So I think it was it Jared Cook, and then hits the 2-point conversion to Jordy Nelson. So I mean, that's the defense fault. They kind of put him in that predicament to have an extra 2 turnovers.
Somehow this week, Jay Gruden didn't he didn't leave his $10 million backpack unzipped and let all his money fall out. He actually zipped his backpack up, went in there, scored over 40 points, and beat the Browns. Not impressive. Your first win was against the Browns, and you shouldn't have even won. But on to the next game. Wasn't expecting this outcome. I don't think any of us were. Tennessee Titans. Are y'all for real? Are Tennessee Titans the real deal, or are they just a good home team?
I've got mixed emotions with Tennessee, because every time I say they're doing good, they let me down. But every time I'm like they're bad, then they show me. Marcus Mariota is extremely inconsistent, and I think that's like the biggest part of the whole thing. Their run game's terrible, so that's got to change. If they get their run game under control and Malcolm Butler can hold a carton of eggs, then yeah, I like Tennessee.
See, my thing with the Titans is I'm actually buying that defense.
Right. I love the defense.
6 points to the Jags, 17 to the Texans, and 23 to the Eagles.
Well, listen to this, too, though. Listen to what you said. You said the Jags. The Jags don't really put up a lot of points. I am buying in that defense, though. Texans,
still,
they're so
6
inconsistent.
Points,
yeah.
6 points.
But Jacksonville, though, they're not. It's Blake Bortles we're talking about.
It's still 6 points is impressive. 2 weeks in a row they proved to
know.
me. So I'm gonna ride the Tennessee wave. I got a lot of family in Tennessee and a bunch of Titans fans. I'm gonna ride with Tennessee. Let's do it this year.
And that Philadelphia Eagles defense kind of just hung that up towards the end of the game.
But you
that
gotta
game
look at
should
it this
have
way. Like
they
Matt
went for it
just
on
said.
4th down in the last drive 3 times
Like
and
Matt just
converted.
said, the defense last week they beat my AFC champions this year, Jacksonville, and then this last weekend, Sunday, they beat defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm buying. I got the Tennessee stock cheap. Y'all want it? Y'all passed on the Fitzpatrick stock, and y'all I lost a little money there.
I was just
But
about to say.
I got the Titan stock back up running.
I was just about to say. I took him, and I was gonna say.
Dustin went short on the Fitzpatrick stock.
I did not
He
buy
made
in on
some
the
money.
Fitzpatrick. Yeah, you. That's what I was gonna talk about with me and Matt were talking a few minutes ago. You don't just magically get good overnight. It's just something that. It's just something.
Magically wake up at 38 years old and be like, man, I feel like a 25-year-old starting
That's
QB
like-
for the Bucks. I'm gonna go throw for 450 and 4 scores.
That's like a guy in his 12th season in the major leagues, and he magically has a 300 year for the first time in his career. The next year, everybody's gonna buy a bunch of stock. It's either one of two things: it's steroids or it was a fluke of a season.
All I'm saying about Fitzpatrick is his jersey's in Canton for being the first quarterback to throw for 400 yards in 3 straight games. So, tell him he sucks all he wants. His jersey's in Canton.
He also is in Canton for most times getting taken out at halftime in a career.
What about most interceptions thrown in a game?
Yeah, he has that one 5 times.
But nah, yeah. I mean, I'll buy some stock into that. I'll definitely buy some stock into the Tennessee Titans. I agree. I tell you, who needs to get going though. I agree with D. Fruge. That running game, you have to get Derrick Henry the ball. Give him some touches, get something going. If that's part of Marcus Mariota, though.
Formation, and you got to get
Right.
Deion Lewis out of the shotgun. And
He's gonna run the shotgun every time,
Your
though.
third and long back. Deion Lewis should not be in the game unless it's 3rd and long.
Unless
or
a passing
first
down.
and 10.
Right, I agree 100%. Derrick
And that's
Henry.
where Tennessee's gonna fall off.
Right.
They're not gonna win their division because of Jags, but they are gonna be a playoff team in the AFC. They might take that 6th seed from somebody in Pittsburgh's division. Not saying any names.
See, my thing with the Titans offense is, as of right now, Deion Lewis has been twice as effective as Derrick Henry.
Yeah, passing game. That man has a total of 12 carries on the year.
Contribution to the offense, period.
Yeah, but that's because they're not feeding him the ball. They're not feeding Derrick Henry the ball. He's averaging 9 carries a game.
I got a question with Tennessee. If we're talking about buying stock, what are we buying stock for? Are we buying stock for playoffs? Buying stock for
Playoffs.
For playoffs? Okay.
What are we buying stock for?
What are we buying stock for with the Titans? Are we buying stock for playoffs or are we buying stock for Super Bowl? Because, I mean, if we're talking playoffs.
We're talking Super Bowl. If we're talking anything in Super Bowl, but I'm just saying buying the hype for playoffs at the moment, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Titans don't have any offensive weapons. They don't have any weapons. They lost Delaney Walker for the season. They got Corey Davis. Rashard Matthews got cut. I don't know. They got to utilize their running backs at a better pace.
All right, and that'll move us into the next game. We had Buccaneers and Bears. We just talked a little on Fitzpatrick. He lost his starting job. I'm sure we could all agree. Famous Jameis didn't look much better. Threw 2 interceptions in the second half. That was a total letdown. I actually had Buccaneers winning the game, and they lost by 38. So I'll go ahead and say I was wrong on that one.
That was another one.
I'll take that one to the dome.
Me against the house. I took Bears.
Oh, no doubt. That defense
And-
is remarkable.
Look, let me tell y'all something. I'll admit that I was wrong for once. I'll admit I was wrong. I said Jordan Howard needs to get the ball a ton. Jordan Howard does not need to be on the football field. I realized that this past week. Tariq Cohen, y'all run that boy until his legs fall off. Tariq Cohen, you the man.
And I took a major L getting Jordan Howard third round of fantasy. I thought I got a steal.
So did I.
He ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Then I got Mixon third round in another league as my running back. Real high on him, and he's been out for multiple weeks. And that brings us into that game. Bengals, Falcons. Another bad beat of the week for me. I had Falcons by 3 points. I had Falcons by 3. And just my luck, A.J. Green does it again with a game-winning touchdown. So I was very upset there, but I look at it as a win for the Saints because we moved up. Another game in the division. But, Cincinnati's for real. Cincinnati's winning that division.
No, Baltimore's winning that division.
I don't know, man.
Not.
Cincinnati already beat Baltimore in Baltimore.
Absolutely not.
Baltimore
doesn't
just
matter.
beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
No, they beat Baltimore and Cincinnati.
Yeah, they still beat them. So, and they're looking good.
And
I
so
think
is
All
Baltimore.
right, so that's our next question.
Baltimore
Is the
dominated
Cincinnati, is
Steelers.
Cincinnati, are y'all buying the Cincinnati stock? That's your AFC wild card. Cincinnati or Tennessee AFC wild card? Who is it?
Cincinnati.
But what if Cincinnati wins that division? If I'm going wild card, I'm taking the Bengals all day. Specifically because they're getting Vontez Burfict. Did they get him back or they're just getting him back? He's been out. So once they get him back, that defense is going to be even better. I like the weapons on offense, dude. You have Gio and Mixon coming back. They didn't even give Gio the ball the first 2 weeks because Mixon was there, right? Gio has come out and produced, maybe not running the ball, but in the passing game because he's the only running back on that team. He's done good. So I think the little two-headed monster.
Not running the ball, but he's averaged 5 yards a carry and almost 5 yards a carry in 2 straight weeks.
No way, not 5 yards a carry. Think you're tripping.
Last week he had 15 carries for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's weak to
almost
me.
5.
I want 15 for 100.
Boy,
I'll take, and then
that's
also
record-setting average.
I like Tyler Boyd, A.J. Green. Then you have John Ross for a deep threat. They just lost Tyler Eifert. He only had one good game the week before that. So they have. I mean, I like the Bengals coming out that wild
I
card.
think losing Eifert's actually a big blow to that offense.
What about week 1 and 2? Go look what he did.
Yeah, that's, you can't really tell the first couple weeks of the season. Him coming off an injury, he had to get back acclimated to full game, full speed, stuff like that. But past 2 games, him and Dalton kind of had that connection they were showing. He did catch a touchdown last week. Unfortunately, he's hurt now. But it was just one less person to have to guard because you can't tell me that his backup is equally as good as a pass catcher.
Am I buying?
TJ Hushmanzada and Ocho Cinco. I think this is the best Bills team we've seen since then. Bengals, my bad.
Okay.
My Bills.
Okay, so the question is, am I buying stock in Cincinnati or Buffalo? No,
Cincinnati. Look, I got you messed up on the Bills, Bengals too.
Cincinnati or
See,
Tennessee?
it's easy to confuse them.
Cincinnati or Tennessee?
Yes.
Neither.
Who's your AFC wild cards then?
Chargers and either the Dolphins, because Dolphins already have 3 wins.
Dolphins are falling off the
Time
map.
out. Dolphins have 3 wins already.
Okay,
They
Peter
still get to
Schlegel.
play. They still get to play Buffalo twice. That's 5 wins. They still get 1 more against the Jets. That's 6. You need 9 to make the wild card.
I don't think you need 9 in the AFC this year. I
And-
think a 500
And we
team
can
wins
all
it.
agree. We can all agree. The Chargers are better than the Bengals and the Titans.
Not on defense.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa's out right now. Melvin Ingram's out
Yeah,
right
dude.
now. They're coming back.
Chargers are so good, bro. They beat San Fran by 2. They beat CJ Beathard by 2 at home. They're so good. I'm selling Chargers. I was high on them, and now I'm done with them.
It's because their defense, bro.
And
Joey Bosa, you better get back, and you better get back fast.
And
Because y'all are going down the drain quick.
and also, how can you say that the Titans or them are going to make the playoffs? I mean, don't forget Pittsburgh's making the playoffs. They're making it as a division winner or a wild card. They're making it. Pittsburgh don't miss the playoffs.
They will this year.
They're kind of like the Cowboys making the playoffs. It just doesn't happen. But, like, Pittsburgh's not missing the play. They're making it as a wild card or that, and Baltimore's making the playoffs too.
All right, so that's what we think
And
about that.
don't sleep on Andrew Luck.
One more thing, take away from the game there between Atlanta and Bengals. Julio Jones, man. You're that guy, though. You're that guy, though. 173 yards. What's he at, man? Almost 450?
515.
500 yards?
515. Hey, quick
Gosh,
question.
What a beast.
What do we have to do to get Julio in the end zone?
What do
Anybody?
we have to do? We have to get rid of Calvin Ridley and Sanu. Somebody said the other day, I saw a joke. They were like, Rams offense has the best wide receiver trio in the league with Kupp, Woods, and
I can name 5. I can name 5 right now that are better.
but mainly, who is the number one wide receiver trio in the league? Atlanta, by far.
No.
What? Okay, Patriots is what you're about to
No.
say, and I'm gonna smack you. You were all high on Patriots last week. Steelers with Juju Brown and who?
James Washington.
He's not doing it.
Is better than Julio,
Yes.
Sanu,
Look,
and
let me
Calvin
let me
Ridley.
tell you the best trio in the NFL. The best trio in the NFL right now, wide receiver wise, Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, Kenny Galladay, hands down, no doubt, no doubt. There you go.
Who's yours?
I want to say Steelers, but I think y'all convinced me to taking the Falcons. Steelers number 3. If you're talking trio, you got to have a good number 3. And say, who is Atlanta's number 3? Are you going to say Ridley or Sanu?
You gotta have a good number 3. Listen to this though. Here's the analogy behind that. You gotta have a good number 3, and you have to have the best number 1. Antonio Brown and Julio Jones are the best number 1s. So there you go. That's a good statement there. But who's the better number 3 on the tiebreaker?
Okay.
James Washington or Ridley? Ridley or Sanu? Who's better,
Hey.
Ridley or Sanu?
Hey, time out.
We can't even.
Time
we
out.
don't even know who that is.
You're saying that off of production wise. If you were talking about
They don't have no lead. Detroit has
production, if you're
no
talking
lead. Detroit
about
don't have
production,
that Julio Jones
if you were talking
or
about
that
production,
Antonio Brown.
Trio, not best receiver.
I know, but it all starts at the top with the best. You got to have the best in the league and then 2 other good guys.
one day we have got to stop sleeping. Adam Thielen is a grown man. Adam Thielen is a
What's
beast.
Julio? Golden Tate's
Stephon
number
Diggs
4.
is a beast. You give me Mohamed Sanu or you give me Laquan Treadwell, and I'm taking Treadwell over Sanu, skill-wise.
I'm talking production-wise.
Production-wise, Thielen leads or second in the league in catches.
And catches. That's not production, though, necessarily. A catch.
He has
I'm
100
looking
yards
at
in every
Who
game.
leads the league in yardage? Hold on. Who leads the league in yardage?
Julio, who's second?
Julio,
Who's
baby.
second?
Who
It's
is
Adam
second?
Thielen.
Okay.
He's got more catches than Julio. He's got more touchdowns than Julio.
So you're saying Diggs and Treadwell are better than Sanu and Ridley?
yes,
I don't
Diggs.
think so.
Diggs is one of the highest paid receivers in the league for a reason.
A lot of people get paid a lot that underperform.
Matt, tell Hunter Stephon Diggs is way better than Calvin Ridley.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the 3 as a whole are better. They are more dominant.
No.
I gotta believe it. That the trio you're talking about got shut out by the Bills. So I've got to
Adam
believe
Thielen-
it. Falcons have went down swinging in every game they've lost. They put up 20, 25 points.
They put up 30 on the Rams.
Okay, yeah, in a shootout. They
In
had
Los
to put
Angeles.
up 30. They had to put up 30.
In
That's the
Los
way they
Angeles, put
a
up 30.
depleted Rams.
No.
A banged up Rams on a short week on a Thursday.
Marcus Peters played. Sue played.
They played, but were they 100 on a short week?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No, they
Matt,
weren't. So
Matt.
100% Rams allows 30 points. No, they weren't 100% on
They
a
were
short
missing
week.
one guy.
On a short week, though.
One guy.
This stuff is effective.
Minnesota was on a short week.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. You run the same route, you play the same defense.
Okay,
it
we're going to
doesn't
see how
matter.
the season ends. We'll do a combined total receiving yards. Falcons 3 or Minnesota's 3. I know it's going to be close. We're going to see, though. Detroit, we'll throw Detroit in there.
You
man.
got to win at least 5 games. You got to win 5 games.
All right, throw 2 more teams in there. Steelers and who? Who's your 5th team, Matt?
With the trio?
The Broncos. The Broncos.
Boy, if Demaryius Thomas could catch a screen,
If a tight end can count,
then I'm going Kansas City.
then I'm going New England. Edelman, Gronk, Josh Gordon by the end of the season.
But he will.
Watch.
But he will.
Watch.
Don't get me started on Josh Gordon. I took Josh Gordon for 33 and a half receiving yards this week.
Stop it.
Caught 2 passes for 32 yards.
Hey.
Listen, it got worse. Hold the phone. It got worse. Took Calvin Ridley for 54 and a half yards. 54.
Hey.
Was the football gods looking after me this week?
Think
Absolutely not. But I did catch my first dub in fantasy, and I shut my haters up from last week, y'all clowning. I'm no longer 0-9 between 2 leagues. I'm 1-8. Let's go.
Quick.
A championship starts with 1 win.
1-10. And one more quick thing about the prop betting or whatever for this past week. Laren bet Todd Gurley's yards 83.5, and he had 83. He crossed over the first down to ice the game with a minute left. He had a 11-yard run, and he could have got at least 10 more yards, and he just walked out of bounds. Turned, looked to the sideline, tapped his helmet, and said, "I'm out."
He tapped his helmet and said, "Vegas, you're welcome." Swear that's what he
tapped
said.
his helmet and said, "I'm out," and walked off.
If I get knocked off, it's because somebody in Vegas done figured me out. I done exposed the sports betting industry is rigged. I'm telling y'all, I first believed it Seattle versus Denver Super Bowl a couple years ago. The GOAT, Peyton Manning.
When my Seahawks put it on y'all.
Yep. I used to have a Peyton Manning. That was my man. Sports betting, though, don't do it.
I repeat, I second that. I'm sure we can get a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, anything in here. Sports betting, screw you every time. Unless, for real.
Unless you take our premium picks only each week.
Premium picks?
Because our premium picks right now are 9-3 over the last 3 weeks.
I'm going to tell you what I want you guys to do. If y'all want advice on who's going to win a game, you text me and ask me who I'm taking. And once I tell you, you take the opposite, and you will be a millionaire.
That is honestly the best advice we can give you for betting.
All right, there's better advice that I can give you for betting. Just don't bet. I know not to bet, and I still bet every single week. Every week, it's addicting. It's addicting. It really is.
It just makes the games funner.
It makes you want to watch. If you're gonna do something, make your minimum a $5 bet. Put $5 bets. But high rollers like us, we're $100 every game.
Oh.
Gotta risk it. Gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Scare money don't make money.
Anyways.
Bitches don't make riches.
Yeah, the Yankees in the top of the 3rd lead the Athletics. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd lead the Athletics 2-0 off of Aaron Judge 2-run home run in the 1st. Followed by a leadoff walk to Andrew McCutchen, and then the Aaron Judge bomb for two runs. The Yankees lead 2-0, and Severino's locked in, so it's looking good for the Yankees tonight.
All right, getting back on topic. We got to finish these games. We got to finish these recaps.
Only 2 games left.
All right, Houston and Indianapolis. All right, Luck, Watson,
Shootout.
ballers. Y'all went crazy. Other
Right.
than that, nothing was good. That's all I got to say.
No
Okay.
defense.
That's all you have to say. You don't have to say anything about head coach for Indianapolis Colts icing the kicker for Houston in overtime, a 30-yard field goal, missed it by a mile, shanked it, but he iced the kicker. Kicker walks back out there and sinks it. Houston first win. Go Houston. I think Houston's going to build off that win. DeAndre Hopkins had a great week in fantasy, scored over 30 points. I think the productivity is going to continue. Houston's going to churn out 25-30 a game here forward, and they're going to be a threat in a stacked AFC South. It's going to be a good one.
That defense has to step up. But a takeaway from that game, Andrew Luck I loved it. 464 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He did lose a big weapon this week. T.Y. Hilton, he's going to be out. But all these other receivers are stepping out. He's spreading the ball. Update on T.Y. He's out. Just a hamstring and a hand. No, a chest. I'm sorry. Hamstring and a chest. So he'll be out this week. Get him some rest. He'll be back on it. Look for Ryan Grant to pop off. Hines to pop off this week. And Eric Ebron. Look for him to go to his tight end a lot. He's loved him from the beginning. He's going to love him for the rest of the season. I like it. And and what about this receiver in Houston, Kute?
Kiki Kuti. I can honestly tell y'all that Hunter.
Kiki, do you love me? I had to do it. I'm sorry.
I can honestly tell you, Hunter used to talk about Kiki Kuti like he was the next coming of Jerry Rice when he was at college. Texas Tech,
baby.
Texas Tech.
I used to ride that boy. Oh, not like that. I'm talking about his player props. This dude would have 10-plus catches a game, air raid, son. I'm talking this dude was a beast.
Oh, yeah.
But Kiki Kuti, I agree,
Yep.
he's a beast. But here's something else I had from that Indianapolis game. Andrew Luck, you cannot be the leading rusher with 11 rushing yards and expect your team to win. That cannot happen.
They're getting some help this week. Robert Turbin's coming off the he's been out all season with a suspension. He's coming to be the starting running back.
I would have traded any player on my team besides Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton for Le'Veon Bell in any pick just to be a name in that division, in that tough division. That Le'Veon Bell acquisition to Indianapolis could have brung Indianapolis instantly as winners of that division from last worst to first just by getting him. They should have threw the house at him. Pittsburgh said they got no offers for him worthy of anything. Who wasn't offering first and second round picks or at least a first round pick?
Well, you're getting
what
a guy.
GM wasn't?
Well, Le'Veon Bell said if he gets traded, he's still sitting out till week 10. That was what he was saying. He's still sitting out. Well, he's coming back week 7 supposedly. He didn't say that. I ain't heard it from his mouth yet. But he said if he gets traded, he's not playing till week 10, and he's most likely not re-signing with whatever team trades for him. Why would you want to rent a guy for 6 weeks? It ain't that big. And also DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones. Thank y'all for scoring 35 fantasy points a week this week for me. Just a big shout out to Jordan Howard and Dalvin Cook. I guess I called out J.J. Watt for not having any sacks in like 9 games. He has 5 in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to just call out Jordan Howard and Dalvin Cook. Y'all scored 5 points combined. I appreciate that. Let's see if y'all can score 6 next week.
All right, next.
That's going to move us into our next game, the Chiefs and the Broncos. Primetime Monday night game. Patty Mahomes. Terrible first half. Absolute baller fourth quarter. Like I saw on Instagram earlier, he's got more completions with his left than he does interception with his right, and that's just something.
I'm buying in on this Patty Mahomes. It's no interceptions, no turnovers is what's awesome to me looking at that. I mean, I think we might jinx him because every time you say that, the next week, like Dustin said, next week probably throw 2 picks against the Jags. It's a good defense. Look for it.
Watch him shred the Jags this
If he
week.
does that, he's MVP. Got to be. He's legit in my eyes already. But if he does that to this Jacksonville
Duval,
defense,
or is it in Kansas City?
it's in Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville. See where the game is before I tell you what I'm about to say.
All I'm saying about this game is Case Keenum.
The game's in Kansas City. The game's in Arrowhead. Is it a night game? Day game? Still smashing. Kansas City, give them to me. Kansas City keeps it rolling. Kansas City starts the season 10-0 at least.
My only
At
takeaway
least.
from this game is, I actually had 2 takeaways. Case Keenum, bless your heart. You're lucky I live in Louisiana, or it wouldn't be good for you. That's not a threat. That's a promise. My second, Patrick Mahomes. I hate to say it. I'm still not buying the stock. I'm still not buying it.
Why not? Give me a reason.
Is it
Play-
fake news or what? Is these numbers fake news?
Alex Smith done the same thing last year through 5 weeks.
No interceptions?
Nope. Alex Smith don't never turn the ball over.
Alex Smith ain't half the man Patrick Mahomes is. I bet you Patrick Mahomes
Hey.
sings good in the shower. Y'all
Hey.
heard his voice? I bet you that man's a great
I bet he don't
singer.
sing good as Justin Tucker.
That-
I bet he
that
don't.
boy is a
I bet he
great
ain't good
singer,
as
I
Tucker.
bet.
Tucker can sing opera in 7 languages.
Justin Tucker.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
7 languages. You can sing opera. That's awesome. That's incredible. Yeah, Hunter, I'm starting to worry about you.
Boy, you just kicked the door open.
I just witnessed this man open up a door with his foot.
Chill out, dude.
No, I don't see how you can't buy into it. I mean, we're 4 weeks deep into the season, and he's just been lights out. I'm with Haig on that. More Mahomes. Okay. Does that bring us into our last game?
Steelers and
Steelers
Ravens,
and the
which
Ravens.
was actually before Kansas City. Matt skipped him
Yeah.
because he hates the Steelers
It's
that
all
much.
good. That
Steelers,
game,
I thought you were going to win.
I did
That's
too.
all I got to say. I was very upset.
Justin Tucker with 4 field goals in the second half. That offense, man, I thought they were going to come out blazing in the second half. The defense is awful. I mean, as you already know, we have no secondary. Nobody can do anything. We have Sean Davis, and then who else is Joe Hayden getting beat over the top. I mean, to John Brown. John Brown almost burned him twice. Should have another touchdown. Just got overthrown. Joe Flacco, he know that bringing in Lamar Jackson lit a fire under him because he's playing pretty good this year. He's playing pretty good.
What I thought about that game was how bad Pittsburgh's offense looked. Like, Big Ben on pace for record-setting passing yards numbers and really gets held pretty low.
What I don't know, couple quick things. Baltimore, I said it from day one, y'all are winning the division. I'm still holding to it. Y'all are
Before you say anything else, I got to hear it. Is this your Baltimore Ravens?
Yes. No, I'm joking. They're not on that level, but they
Just
are.
the Jags, Saints, Patriots, Eagles, Dolphins.
No, I cut back.
Oh, you cut back? You added 3 more
Yeah, I
and
had to
took
get-
one off. You cut
We're
back?
we're going into week 5. I had to cut back to the basics.
Who's the basics?
Patriots and Rams and Vikings. Everybody. No. But really, my takeaways. Flacco played great again. Honestly, he outplayed Big Ben again. No respect again. Please respect everybody but Big Ben. But for real, it's time to respect Baltimore. Baltimore's playing good. Vance McDonald, Caleb said it. That boy's a semi truck, I guess. I don't know. Who lit a fire under him, but it's pretty awesome. And Pittsburgh, the thing you were doing wrong, it doesn't matter who's playing running back in the NFL. You have to run the ball. You ran the ball 9 times against Baltimore. And one more quick thing. One of the best cornerbacks in the league is coming back this week for Baltimore, Jimmy Smith. Brandon Carr's going to the bench. That's how good this dude is.
Talking on the Steelers running game, close to last in the league, if not last, since week 2. Okay, well, the Colts, name a Colts running back.
Naeem Hines, Jordan Wilkins, and Marlon Mack. Robert Turbin.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I was going to name
Okay.
all 4 of my 5.
And James Conner, where'd you go after week 1? You've disappeared. And everything that the Steelers O-line was saying, looking really false.
If anybody wants James Conner in fantasy, I'll trade him right now for absolutely nothing. I'll trade him and Mark Ingram and Will Fuller for a good receiver. So if anybody got a good
I'm
enough
telling you
receiver,
right now,
hit me up.
that when Bell gets
I'll
back,
trade
he's
Jordan Howard, actually.
he is missing in that offense, no doubt.
I'll trade
Le'Veon.
Jordan Howard, Fuller, and who did I just say? Who was no, not Ingram.
Connor.
I'm
All right,
running.
here you
All
go.
right, let's get a trade together real quick.
All right. You give me Jordan Howard. I don't need Will Fuller. You give me Jordan Howard and Mark Ingram. And I'll give you your choice of Keenan Allen or Tyreek Hill. Right now. Actually, you know what? You can't have Tyreek Hill. You don't even have an active tight end on your roster, but I got Evan Ingram, Jared Cook, and Kyle Rudolph.
Look, I know Dustin too well. He said, hold on, you can't have Tyreek Hill because that's really who I want you to pick. This boy trying to do a little reverse psychology. That's why I'm going to wait on this trade till after the show. I don't want to expose our listeners to this level of negotiation that we do. This might end up in a boxing match for who gets who.
And if you're wondering, I'm a heavyweight and he's a featherweight. So
that's all the games for this week. That's all we got on NFL.
Poison.
And I'm going to do it real quick. Since we just talked about boxing, we got UFC this week. Our boy Conor McGregor, the GOAT, the notorious one, facing Khabib get beat, whatever his name is. That boy has never lost a round, never lost a fight, 26-0, and McGregor is going to put him to bed inside 2 rounds.
He is going to tuck that man in and read him a bedtime story.
Oh, yeah. Khabib, you said today your nickname is the Ego because you going to sleep-o because Conor McGregor's going to roundhouse you and knock your teeth out. And I'm going to be there to watch it.
That boy
live.
Khabib looked like he got banged up by his sparring partner in a press conference yesterday. If you even have a scratch on you from your sparring partner, McGregor is going to split your chin inside 1.
Now I know this is
and then he'll congratulate Putin
but
afterwards.
Conor McGregor's sparring partner knocked him out when he was training for the Mayweather fight.
Yeah, that's a bad boy too. Which one? He was training for a bunch of he was training with some boxers for the Mayweather fight.
I do have an insight on the boxing match. I believe if Khabib gets McGregor on the ground, it's going to be over quick. I really do. But if Conor McGregor lasts about 5 minutes on his feet, Khabib's going night-night with a foot to the head.
I think any way you look at it, McGregor wins.
I want you to count how many times Khabib dives at McGregor's feet, and McGregor's going to push his head down and walk around the ring and just laugh at him. He's going to put his hands up.
He's got to throw a knee right into his fucking...
He's going to dive at him at least 3 or 4 times.
Can't say the F word.
We're allowed to cuss when it comes to UFC.
Yeah, I know. It's so intense.
Yeah.
But we could all agree McGregor. We all like him.
Matt, you like McGregor, right? Yeah,
Matt don't hate on McGregor. The only person I think that would hate on McGregor is Baker, but he loves him, so nobody hates on McGregor. McGregor this week, he's a plus 150 on the sports books. I don't know why he's an underdog. It's beyond my mind.
When I think of...
That's my premium play of the week, McGregor.
Speaking of Baker, that brings me to my upset of the week. I think Texas is going to beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
I could see that happening.
I'm honestly...
Matt's sitting over here praying as a West Virginia fan. He's like, please beat Oklahoma,
I'm honestly
please.
expecting them to... Hey, why do y'all not have a championship game in y'all's conference? Oh, y'all do now? Oh, that's good.
Because it's not really a League of Champions. If you think.
All right, so jumping in, we're going to go
think.
real quick. We're going to try a new thing out this week. We're going to do basically a pick 'em where we all quickly give our pick instead of analyzing the game further and stringing it out. But we're going to do our pick 'em, and whoever gets the least amount of picks right got to bring food and or beer next Wednesday.
You got the least this week?
No, I won.
Shoot,
Because
no,
I'm
I
a goat.
won. Boy, I picked the Bears. I was the only person to pick the Bears and the Raiders.
We're doing NFL or NCAA?
NFL pick 'em. Last place is a beer
Let's do
and
it.
pizza.
Let's
Frank,
go.
jot this down real quick as we go through these picks. All right, week 1 or game 1 of the week. Thursday, Colts Patriots.
Who you got, Hunter?
Patriots, of course.
I'm going to take the Patriots, too. That's an easy one.
I'll take the Patriots, too. Sony Michel's going to be a bit too much.
I'm going to go out on a limb right here. Say Patriots as well.
I knew
Such
you
a
wasn't
limb.
I knew you wasn't that dumb. How long was that limb? Like 3 or 4 feet?
Yeah. Maybe a foot.
That was a twig. That'll bring us to our next game with the Titans and the Bills, and I'm going to take the Titans. I guess for this week I'll be buying a bunch of that stock.
I agree with Dustin. I'm going with the Titans.
I'm gonna take the Titans as well. The Bills just are terrible.
Titans around the table. I'm not going to call Bills upset because last time I did, they were 17-point underdog and beat Minnesota, and I called it. Kind of crazy, but I'm feeling Tennessee this week. Keeps the ball rolling, jumps up another one. Tennessee got them. Falcons Steelers this week. What's the over for this game? Somebody hit me with it. 53?
Probably
57? 55?
57.
57 on the dime. Good call, Dustin. I'm going over 57. I'm going over first half 28. That's probably what it'll be, maybe 30. I'm going over those. Steelers are going to have to keep up. Antonio Brown goes for 150. I'm going with Steelers this week. Atlanta goes 1-4.
I'm gonna take the Steelers as well. The only reason is because they're at home. If they were on the road in Atlanta, I would take the Falcons. It's just I think they're very even. Both defenses are not doing good, and both have an elite core wide receivers.
I'm a Steelers fan. At home, got to get the ball throwing. Got that defense needs to step up. I think Matty Ice is gonna be iced out this week. Let me get him. Let me get the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to say the Falcons are going to go to Pittsburgh and beat Pittsburgh. This is going to be an absolute shootout. Atlanta's getting Devontae Freeman back this week. Zach McKinley's coming back this week. There's going to be 1,000 total yards of offense in this game.
No doubt. Both quarterbacks throw for 400.
But at the end of the day, like y'all were saying it earlier, who's going to make the play? Is it going to be Julio and Ridley, or is it going to be Juju and Antonio Brown, or is it going to be Tevin Coleman or Devontae Freeman or James Conner? I just think Atlanta's got too many people. I really do. I think they got a better offense, and they really got a better defense. Dan Quinn won a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator for my Seahawks, my old Seahawks, and I can't pick against them. Give me the Falcons.
All right, Dustin with the only one with the Falcons there, so a little different. I don't know. Something's telling me Steelers, something's telling me Falcons. So
I know
in
it's
that
telling
case,
you Steelers.
You got to go with the home team.
I know it's telling you Steelers.
Was Antonio Brown?
They're at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. Got to go with the home team. So next game we got Broncos and Jets. Broncos are a underdog in this game. I'm laughing right now because I don't need to be betting, but I'm going to have to on this one. Broncos, money line, take them.
I'm going to take the Broncos as well, simply on the fact that Darnold will not be able to handle the pressure that Von Miller puts on him with Bradley Chubb.
I'm going to go with the Broncos as well. I don't see this Jets offense doing anything against the Broncos.
Jets, Jets, Broncos. Broncos, give me the Broncos. Von Miller's too much for the young bull and Sam Darnold. I got so hyped during your first game of your career. I didn't know what to do, Sam, and now you've just let me down. Who's next?
Chiefs and Jaguars.
Chiefs and Jaguars. Where at?
In Kansas City.
Yeah, give me the Jaguars. No stock on that, my homie.
I am going to second that. I'm rolling with the Jags on this. I like the Jaguars. Give me the Jags.
I like the Jags as well. We saw in the Monday night game the Broncos really got to Mahomes in the first half with the pressure, and we all know that the Jags defense is a lot better than the Broncos at this moment. So I'm going to have to take the Jags.
Give me the upset. Psych. Give me the Jags.
The upset is the Jags. Kansas City's a 3-point favorite.
Quick,
hold on. I just walked back in. Excuse me. Give me Kansas City. Give me Kansas City. Give me Mahomes. Not Kansas City.
Quick
Give me Mahomes.
update. Luis Severino is not allowed to hit through 4 innings.
You just ruined it, man. Why'd you just have to be that guy? He's probably going to allow a 3-run home run now. I see 2 men on base.
Yeah, they were both walks.
Yeah, you jinxed it. 3-run home run coming up. Yankees fans, if y'all get mad at anyone, get mad at Dustin.
Please take it out on me. I have money on y'all, and I'd still love to see y'all lose.
I'm just looking forward to the matchup with Boston in the next series, so Boston can destroy them. All right, after the Jags Chiefs, we're going Packers Lions. I gotta go with the Pack. Neither team's really impressed me at all, but I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm going to go outside the box here. I'm going to take the Lions. The Lions are at home, and Green Bay's only a 1-point favorite for a reason. That's all. That's what I'm going to say. I think even though Lions head coach Patricia said Kerryon Johnson's not getting more carries, I think he's going to get more carries.
I'm going with the Packers right here. I think Aaron Jones bust their Lions head for 100 yards, and y'all going to see Aaron Rodgers come out and shred this Lions defense.
Is Patricia Bill Belichick Jr.?
He's
not in a mind that's similar, but just only one word for it: smart ass.
I love it. That's exactly how I would be. Me and my good friend Bill Belichick and my other good friend Nick Saban, we play golf in Florida during the off season. I mean, it's a good time. They're both really arrogant, smart aleck guys, but they're fun to get along with. Tigers coming to play with us this off season. It's going to be a good time at Pebble Beach. But I'm also going to take the Packers, and I'm going to take the Packers by a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, that man Aaron Rodgers that I can't stand.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, I'm sorry.
I'm about to make a hit song probably. Y'all know how there was Miss Jackson? Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Or Mr. Jones.
Sorry, Mr. Rogers. You are the best. You are the GOAT. I see Packers, though,
Yeah.
so Matt's going Lions on that. Next game, Browns-Ravens. Baker, the train's going to get derailed this week. Sorry. Already a little last week spoiled the fun. I wanted to chug 4 Locos to you as you beat Raiders and do Irish car bombs, but you lost. So I'm going to take Ravens this week. Ravens by 3. May have to take that.
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. I think Mayfield has another
What are the chances?
mediocre week. I don't want to say mediocre because he didn't play terrible. He had a couple mistakes at the end of the game that were kind of just pressing the ball on the field, trying to get the win. That was one interception. But I think the Ravens defense is a lot better, and they're going to scheme him up something nasty, and he's not going to be able to handle it.
Let me get the Ravens as well. If you look at the Browns' schedule from here on out, the next 4 weeks, they might get one win, and that one win is going to come against Tampa Bay. They have a really tough schedule, so I'll take the Ravens right here.
Give me the Ravens. Jimmy Smith's coming back. Alex Collins, I'm looking forward to watching you carry the ball 6 times this week. Joe Flacco, 52 passes this week. Hey, guys, just a little breaking news. Joe Flacco's player prop for completions. Take it every single week because he throws the football more times than anybody in the league per average other than Andrew Luck so far this year. Also, another quick update. Bases loaded for Oakland. Severino just struck out Marcus Semien. 3 away. Still no hits for Luis Severino. I smell a Boston and Yankees series coming up, and I hope somebody throws at Austin Romine because Joe Kelly pieced that boy earlier this season. I'd hate to see Giancarlo.
Boston Yankees in a 5-game series in Fenway. Gimme Boston for everything I got. They will not. It's a pride thing. It's a pride thing.
Home team
Gimme
wins
Boston.
every game.
Gimme Boston, and Boston wins in 5. Then
to me the key of the series is for me is Severino's pitching the wild card game. So while Boston's going to get to throw Chris Sale twice, the Yankees are only going to get to throw Luis Severino once.
all right, we'll get back into baseball in just a second. Let's move on to the next game and finish this up. We got Giants Panthers. I got to go with Panthers this week. I think Panthers are for real. They're definitely an NFC playoff team. Wild card because Saints are winning the division. But give me the Panthers over the Giants. In a 7-point, I'll take them in a teaser by 1.
I'm going to take the Panthers as well. If you listen, I'm a big fan of defense. I think defense is going to win you a lot of games, so I'm going to bank on the Panthers' defense against the Giants. I I don't think Barkley really has that great of a game unless it's catching the ball out of the backfield, and Odell's been running 5-yard routes, so he's not doing shit either.
Well, it's hard to run anything more than a 5-yard route when your quarterback can only throw 5 yards. Give me the Panthers as well. Cam Newton, big day. Cam, scam, ram. Gonna ram through that defense all day. Give me the Panthers.
I'll take Superman. I want the Panthers. I'll take Cam all day. Let's go with Cam Newton. Next, we have Dolphins and Bengals. So we have Miami playing at Cincinnati. Cincinnati all day. I'm not buying into this Tannehill trash. I want Andy Dalton and his gang. Give me the Bengals.
I want Andy Dalton as well, Bengals as well, just to prove that Miami is not for real. Miami will probably lose one game to Buffalo this year is how unreal they really are. So, give me Bengals. Give me Bengals. What's the spread?
The spread is 6.5 Bengals.
6.5 Bengals. They agree. Vegas agrees.
That is so disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
That is so disrespectful to my
Give
New
me
England Patriots to be a 6.5-point favorite at home against Miami, and Cincinnati's a 6.5-point favorite. I talked to a guy. I was playing a cornhole tournament, my league cornhole.
Dustin's
I'm the Louisiana
NCHP National Cornhole player.
Yeah,
Had to make that up real quick. 'Cause
Louisiana's
a
best
lot of
cornhole player right here.
If anybody
your
wants
money
to
on it.
play him, come on to the show.
Sign up.
We'll have a throwdown showdown on the lake here. We'll toss some bags and drink some beer and bet $100 per game that Dustin beats you.
But I was playing cornhole at this bar, and this guy says to me, he's wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. I look at him, I said, "So man, you think y'all are for real this year?" He says, "Oh yeah, man. Let me tell you, Tannehill. People sleep on Tannehill, man. Tannehill is great. We got some really good receivers with Amendola and Kenny Stills." And I just slapped myself on the head because he proceeded to tell me after that he thought they were going to beat the Patriots by 2 touchdowns in New England. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I threw my next bag straight off the board. I was like, man, you have lost your damn mind.
So are you picking Cincinnati or Miami?
I'm picking Cincinnati after that introduction.
Bengals then.
I'm going to take the Bengals as well. I think the Miami Dolphins just got exposed last week by Tom Brady in the past game, and I think Cincinnati attacks those same weaknesses this week, and it's a blowout.
All right, next. So we're gonna roll with the Raiders and Chargers. Give me the Chargers. I'm gonna buy into this Dustin's little finanzi over here. Even though I kind of see this being a shootout as well. Not as bad as last week, but the Chargers are gonna beat them by at least a touchdown, maybe 10. I think they beat them by 10 points. Chargers.
Give me the Superchargers. Da-na-na. Yeah, give me the Chargers, Derek Carr. Go back down to earth, bro. Be what you are. Be David Carr. Not Derek. Be David. David and Goliath. Phillip Rivers is Goliath and you're David. Except there's going to be a plot twist this time. Goliath's going to win.
Melvin Gordon owners, you're really happy this week. He's blowing up. Possibly 200 total yards scrimmage. And I think this game's going to be a lot worse than they're talking. I think Phillip Rivers is a bad man. He's going to go off this week, and I don't know. I got a little sneaky feeling about Derwin James this week. I was watching 21st and Prime, and he likes Derwin James, and I'm liking him too.
I'm going to go with Chargers and Chargers only for one reason. Melvin Gordon, you're a stud. I watched you manhandle San Francisco, literally throwing men down, shaking tackles, shedding tackles. Melvin Gordon, your beast, had another 100-yard week, multiple touchdowns, 5 touchdowns on the season. You're it, man. You're the reason, Chargers.
Austin Eckler's still better than you.
He is not even close to as good. All right, we'll move into the next game. We got Cardinals and 49ers. This is going to be an easily predicted one for me. I'm going to take Chosen Rosen to get his first win of the year. Arizona Cardinals win the game in 49ers. I think Bedhart and the 49ers this past week were a fluke. I don't think he's going to continue what he done or the team as a whole. I think, I got to go with Cardinals this week.
Give me the Cardinals this week. And I like David Johnson. I like Rosen. I like Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald, Patrick Peterson. I just think really that the Cardinals just have too much. The Cardinals have more talent than the 49ers. If Garoppolo were playing and Jerick McKinnon and Matt Mastabreda, I would take the 49ers, but unfortunately Garoppolo doesn't know how to run out of bounds. So give me Arizona as well.
I'm taking Arizona too. Rosen in the second half was very impressive, making clutch throws, leading a 2-minute drive. Granted, they still lost because their kicker missed a makeable field goal. But David Johnson looks better with Rosen in. I like the connection he has with Kirk. They didn't do much damage in the passing game last week, but he had a lot of drops. I know J.J. Nelson dropped a touchdown. It was a long touchdown, probably 50-yard pass. So that would have helped his stats out a lot. But I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Give me the 49ers. I'm going to be different on this pick. I think he looked really good. I mean, that might just be a bad Los Angeles Chargers defense. But Arizona's defense isn't that good either. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that. Give me the San Francisco 49ers.
All right, good matchup this week. A rematch of our NFC Championship game from last year. We got Philadelphia and Minnesota. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one and say the Vikings in Philly beat Philly. So give me the Vikings over Philly this week. It's not going to be anything like last year's championship game. Promise you, Wentz gets it done, but Cousins just goes for more.
I'm really torn between these two games because I like the Eagles, but I think the Vikings go in and they take them out. It's going to be very close. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know. Philadelphia's offense just got some problems right now. I mean, they scored almost enough to beat Tennessee. I like Tennessee though, so I can't really tell. Wentz is doing good. His connection with Ertz is still there, but
So who you picking?
I'm taking the Vikings just because of Kirk Cousins.
All right. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I love being different. I like this offense. Carson Wentz
You
showed
love
out.
being different, or you like being a little different so you don't have to buy beer if Philadelphia ends up winning? Luckily.
Philadelphia's going to win. I like being right. Sorry, let me correct that. I like being correct.
Well, they call me the young bull for a reason.
I thought they called Alvin Kamara the young
And
bull.
then in this situation with the whole beer buying, the young bull happens to not be 21, so I'm in a win-win situation here. So
we'll just take your credit card. That's cool. That's
So,
nothing, dude. We're in 2018, bro. I'll give you my ID. You're buying beer if you get the least amount of picks.
So
I
go
don't care if
ahead.
you got to scrape up quarters out of your truck to buy some beer. You're
Hey.
buying beer.
You know me, I never have to scrape a quarter.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Entrepreneur.
If you got to rob somebody or something, you better go do it before
Well,
you
all
come just to
season,
get that
all
beer.
season long, I've said my Minnesota Vikings. Well, this week, give me my Minnesota Vikings.
I don't know what to get you for Christmas, dude. I always get you a sports jersey, and you like a new team
And
and,
they're
a new
always
player.
too small,
Every
bro.
week.
Always too
You
small.
just get bigger, dude. Most people peak. You're not gonna peak, dude.
I think
You're gonna be 7 foot.
I
by
think we
next
get him. I
Christmas.
think we get him a jersey that has different stitchings of every team on it.
Hey,
We're gonna custom
if
make
it-
him a one of those blankets
Hey.
like your old grandma or
bro,
something.
bro,
Embroider
if you can
every
find-
team that Dustin has mentioned. It will be half the league, really.
If you find a jersey with every NFL team logo on it, please get it, and we'll cut off the Bills. We will cut off the Bills and we will rip it.
I'm going to get you that, but I'm going to make sure in little fine stitching I get Alabama Crimson Tide for you. We know that's your team. Roll Tide.
No, go Tigers. But for real, if that'd be a good Christmas present. Just I hope one day you can find one that fits right. You text me and ask me what size I wear, and I tell you, and you end up getting one smaller. So next year, just get what I tell you to get.
The next game, Rams Seahawks. I think we're all in agreement right here. I don't even think we need to go around the room. I think we're all picking Rams. Easy money.
Rams.
Easy. 2 touchdowns, Rams.
Rams, and what's the spread on it? Gimme Rams for 100.
Check this out.
You don't walk into Seattle and beat Seattle bad.
Jared Goff is
you
the
can-
12th man.
You can walk into
Get
Seattle.
that. Get that real quick.
You can
Jared
walk into
Goff
Seattle,
is the 12th
but you
man.
ain't walking into Seattle and beating down the Seahawks. Just know, don't be surprised. Yeah, I think they're going to beat the Seahawks by 7, but I've watched a lot of Russell Wilson in that stadium, and I'm letting you know, don't be
The
mad
pass
when
is
they
the
don't cover the
pass.
spread.
What has Wilson done this year?
More than you.
Considering I'm not an NFL quarterback.
You ain't even got a job.
Hey.
This is his job.
I'm
This
going to
is the
take
job.
the
This
Los
is-
Angeles
This
Rams.
is the dream. This
Give me
isn't
the
the
Los
job.
Angeles Rams. I had a 3-team teaser starting of last week. Threw in Chiefs +6, the Chiefs and Denver game under 62.5 points, and then Rams +2. Give me Rams all day.
So Rams all the way around the board. Next up, we got a battle of Texas.
Dallas?
This is. I'm not even going to watch this game at the bar. Walk-ons, Buffalo Wild Wings, nothing. Just because there will be at least 25 Latinos fighting over the outcome of this game, no matter which way it goes. I'm gonna ride Texans. Cowboys are overrated
Where's it at?
in Houston.
Is it in Texas?
No, yeah, it's in Texas, I believe. Hold on, is it in Texas? We got Dallas, Houston playing, and Texas Longhorns playing
I want to
Texas
say
Christian University. Is that game in Texas?
I want to say it's in Texas, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, let's all. I think it's in East Texas. Yeah.
So it's in Dallas?
No, it's in
It's in Houston.
NGR. It's in yeah.
NGR. Y'all know who the baddest man on the planet over the last...
You can't even get started.
All right, I'll put it to you this way. I played Deshaun Watson in fantasy this week. Texans are going to win by a lot.
Texans.
Dallas. Y'all are terrible. Get Wi-Fi in your stadium, please.
Give me the Houston Texans. What do you have, Cowboys fan?
I'm going to take the Texans. I think the Cowboys come back down to earth this week. I mean, chances are they don't run the ball like that again. And without it, they don't win. So
Where are they at after beating the Lions? Because I want to know how far away from Earth they are.
They're about Mars away. They're not Pluto.
They're not too far. Huh?
They're not too far.
Dallas fans
think
be
they're- I
like, we're
think
2-2, we're winning the Super Bowl.
I think they hadn't even left Earth yet.
Like Stephen A.
Earth's
Smith
atmosphere.
said. Stephen A. Smith said, Cowboys fans are the stupidest fans on Earth.
Damn.
He straight up, he said they are the stupidest
We
fans
have a lot
on
of
Earth.
Cowboy fans, listeners. Chill out. All right, so Texans going to get the job done. I believe so. I do believe Zeke's going for over 100 yards again, for sure.
Not with that defensive line stepping up
I'm
like
telling you,
J.J.
dude.
Watt has.
He's going for 100 no matter what, because that's the only way they win, like we've said. That's the only way Cowboys win. Zeke goes for over 100. So they're going to make sure he goes over 100 every week. They're not going to win every week, but he's got to go over 100. And he's got to catch those little boo-boo screens that Dak Prescott throws and racks up 200 yards, and everybody thinks he's God just for throwing 5 screen passes.
No shit.
I'm not buying it, but set up the run and you might have a chance, Dallas. Last game of the week, I'm taking this one from you, Dustin. New Orleans Saints. Quarterback, Drew Brees, breaks the all-time pass yard record 2 weeks after he breaks the all-time completions record on Monday Night Football in the Dome. Bring it on. We're going to get it on.
Who they play?
Saints by 6.5 over the Redskins. Give it to me all day long. This is Drew Brees' night, and there's nothing going to stop that.
DJ Swearinger, I have to call you out right now. Safety for the Redskins. If you don't know DJ Swearinger, he said he guarantees that Drew Brees will not break that record this week. You have straight up lost your damn mind if you think Drew Brees ain't throwing for 201 yards. We ain't talking about Dak Prescott, bro.
He is throwing for 401 yards on Swearinger alone, just for disrespecting the GOAT.
How
They are
crazy-
in the Dome on Monday Night Football. If you don't think Saints are putting up 30 points and Drew Brees is lighting that scoreboard up, then don't even give a pick. If anybody thinks Redskins are winning, don't even grab the mic.
All right, for that game, I'll have to pick the Redskins.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm playing. I just want to mess with you. But I agree with the Drew Brees talk. That and Alvin Kamara. With Mark Ingram coming back, the run game gets a boost. But Kamara is just going to be – he's just a beast. We all know this. And AP wants to play. I know he wants to play against New Orleans. So we'll see. We know how Washington – we know how Washington's going to play,
No,
though.
he's
They're
not.
going to play to keep the ball out of Brees' hands.
120.
65.
Let me get the New Orleans Saints.
By a long
End of
shot,
discussion.
huh? By 6.5 or what? Can everybody agree Saints by a
Let me-
touchdown, though,
let
on
me
this
get-
historic night?
Let me get
Agreed.
Adrian Peterson under 120 for $20.
Oh, let me get the over for at a plus 600 for $20.
Over what?
120 at a plus 600.
All right, so Saints are on the board.
Saints. I'll take the Saints. And that'll be the end of all our picks for this week. Now we're going to jump into college for just a quick second. Couple big college matchups. Starting with the LSU Tigers, my LSU Tigers, Caleb's LSU Tigers, Hunter's LSU Tigers. Frank doesn't really know much about sports, but he's wearing an LSU Tigers shirt right now, so his LSU Tigers and the West Virginia Mountain Queers. But LSU versus Florida. LSU versus Florida. I'm really nervous about this game. I'm more nervous about LSU versus Florida in Gainesville than I am LSU at home versus Georgia. I think they play the same brand of football, and it really just scares me because the talent's equal, coaching's equal, everything's so equal. And they're at home, and LSU always just finds a way to mess up against Florida. I'm worried, but then when in doubt, we're gonna burrow it out. That's right.
Give me them good old Tigers going down to Gainesville. I like LSU winning this game. I think it's going to be a really, really close one, though. Absolutely. I think the defense for Florida, they were weak week one, but they've stepped up. They looked good last week, and I think it's going to be a close game. But give me the LSU Tigers.
Give me the Tigers, of course. They're giving us a 40% chance to win right now. I think they're crazy. They're disrespected us all year. We're the 5 seed. I think we should be the 3 seed. I don't know what more we got to do besides beat Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi State, and everybody else in the SEC. Then beat Georgia again before we prove to everyone that we're the real deal. But we'll take another step forward this week, and I'm going to take LSU by the 3 for sure. What other good games we got this week in college? A couple more. We got Red River rivalry, of course, between Texas and Oklahoma.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna take Texas. I don't really have a reason other than the fact I don't like Oklahoma, but I just think Texas is a good team. I don't know why, but I do.
I'm going to take Oklahoma at home, but it's going to be close.
I'm going to take Oklahoma as well. Last week, I said that Baylor would cover a plus 21 against this Oklahoma team because I thought that they were overrated. And Kyler Murray was supposed to be suspended. They gave this man a 3-snap suspension. 3 snaps. 3 snaps, that's it. After the 3rd snap, he came in, shredded. Damn. Mike slapped me. Shredded this defense, so give me Kyler Murray.
What was
2 other good SEC games this week?
what I thought was super funny about the Oklahoma suspension of Kyler Murray? The backup quarterback's mom posted on Twitter, "I can't believe it. My baby's making his first career college start today. Wish my baby good luck. Go Sooners." That boy played 3 snaps and was out of there. She really thought that the Heisman was going to the bench.
Hey, a start's a start, bro. Give the man creds.
Oh,
All right, another
man.
good SEC showdown. We got Mississippi State at home versus Auburn. That's going to be a good one. Vegas got Auburn by 4. I'm going to ride Auburn. Auburn's disappointed after a loss. Mississippi State coming off a loss to Florida. Give me Auburn.
Auburn's offense has really let me down. I'm not going to lie. I thought Jared Stidham was probably the best quarterback in the SEC. I mean, at that point, Tua hadn't showed me what he showed me now. His QBR is 97.5.
I figured
That's
it was
like the
100
radio
I heard it was
station.
150.
That's like the radio station I listen to when I drive home after the podcast. That's incredible. But
If it was out of
Auburn-
100, it'd be incredible. I would
Auburn-
figure he had a 110.
Auburn's having some internal issues. I know that because they've had one of their starting receivers and starting DBs transfer within the last week. Something's going on.
They lost LSU and it killed all their hype.
Well, I don't know.
It's soul crushing when you lose to them Tigers, boy.
But
Them real Tigers.
But Georgia also, quick note, number 1 commit in the nation, number 1 wide receiver commit, decommitted from Georgia today. And
Is he
LSU's in his
considering
top
LSU?
3. LSU's
Okay.
in his top
That's all I
3.
wanted to hear. And that brings us to our next matchup, SEC. Kentucky, 5-0, number 13 ranked. Them boys are bad. That's some bad boys out there on that east side,
Who
son.
they play?
They playing A&M this week, and they got A&M by 6 in Kyle Field. I'm going Kentucky 6-0. Kentucky wins the SEC East over Georgia. Tough
Give me
love.
Kentucky as well. I think they remain undefeated. I love it.
I've said it from day one. I've said I thought Benny Snell. I said I've honestly thought Benny Snell was the best running back in all of college football from day one. And if you look at the stats do not lie. He is one of the best running backs in college football every single week. Give me Kentucky.
+6, +200 on the money line.
Give 'em.
I'll take them. I'll take
Give
them
'em here.
+12 in a teaser. All right, last college game of the week, 7 o'clock, ABC. We got Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. Notre Dame is on a roll. Rolled through Stanford last week. I'm going to take Notre Dame over Virginia Tech. It's going to be a good one, though.
What's
I
the
like
spread?
Notre Dame this year, 6. Notre Dame by 6.
Give them to me by 16.
You believe in Book, the new QB?
I believe in Book.
You ever read a book?
Couple. All right, but yeah, that's our last game for college. Just one side note, I've picked against them all year. You know, I don't like to change up my mojo, but since I've picked against them every week and they've won every single week, this week I'm picking West Virginia to beat Kansas.
All right, so now,
West Virginia's beating Kansas. Breaking news.
all right, we're doing a quick run through right here. Just take.
Let me
your
give somebody a
2
shout out real fast.
Shout out.
Speaking
Let's
of
hear it.
Kansas and West Virginia, my favorite player in college football right now, Puka Williams. Go look him up. From Louisiana.
Who's he play for?
Baton Rouge to be exact. Kansas running back. Plays like Alvin Kamara.
I'm gonna have to check this man out. Plays for Kansas.
Williams.
Tuka.
Okay.
Puka.
Puka.
Puka, bro.
Hookah like you smoke.
Like that hookah, Puka.
Puka. Gotcha. Puka bear. Pokemon.
Okay.
Puka.
After hearing that, I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but I got Kansas over West Virginia.
It sounds like a freaking fifth Teletubby.
I'm just kidding,
Puka.
but I am gonna look you up. Puka.
Yeah. I got the pronunciation, okay? Junior.
You
oh,
sound like a bear, like Puka Bear
yeah.
or something.
Polar bear, puka bear. I'm gonna have to get that. I got the pronunciation. I need the spelling on this.
And how did you come across this guy? Because who watches Kansas? Let's be honest. They almost canceled their football season.
They come across Puka Williams Jr.
They shouldn't have.
The 7th.
Puka goes for 100 yards, 200, both.
All right,
All-
super
all
quick.
purpose.
We got MLB playoffs. The path is set. We got number 1 in the AL. Boston Red Sox going to most likely be facing the Yankees. So, around the board, I got Red Sox in the series versus Yankees. Who y'all got? Red Sox, Yankees, because that's what I'm thinking.
Red Sox.
Yankees.
I'm taking the Yankees. Name me one Red Sox player that's ever done anything in the postseason. Don't worry, I'll wait.
JD Martinez. Didn't play for the Red Sox, though.
It's
Hey,
a new
quick
team.
question. Quick question, Matt. Hey, Matt, quick question. How do you expect the Yankees to lose to the Athletics but then beat the Red Sox? Explain.
Good question.
How, though, are you going to say that? What Yankees players on their roster right now have great World Series caliber experience?
Their only good postseason player in his career is Brett Gardner, and he don't even start no more.
Let me tell y'all one right now. Never mind, I can't say that. They ain't never made postseason. That's why I say McGregor.
It doesn't even matter. This is what the Red Sox are known for. Getting into the postseason with a great record and then imploding in their first series. How many times has it happened? So many times.
Also,
Chris Sale's postseason ERA is over 8.
I was just about
just
to
gonna
say.
throw that out
I
there.
was just about to say.
Severino's
I
been
bet you it's
terrible
8.
too, but he's balling out tonight. So
And I think
things
that's
change.
all a mental thing, like
Kershaw
we talked about
sucked.
earlier with the kicking. I feel like that's a mental thing. And I feel like Chris Sale, Chris Sale, with a new team this year, is going to go in there, mind right, and absolutely dominate the Yankees.
He got raked. Yeah, he did.
Chris Sale ain't on a new team number 1. Got raked last year in the playoffs. I just had to throw that out there because you're trying to defend the Red Sox.
Kershaw was bad for like 5 years in the playoffs. And
And
then
he will still probably be bad.
now he balled out last year.
All right, so that moves us into the other side of the AL. We got my Houston Astros versus the Cleveland Indians. Game 1 tomorrow. I'm going with Astros in the series. I think Verlander beats Kluber and sets the tone for the rest of the series.
Give me the Indians. I like the Indians. Lineup's too good. Way better lineup than the Astros.
I'm not going to say I disagree. I like the Indians as well. I think the Indians just going to have that little postseason magic going to happen for them this year. What you think, Caleb?
Man, I'm a Rangers fan, but deep down inside, I gotta go for the Astros, dude. I think this roster, like Bregman said, we can't be beat. We're the best team in the
Caleb,
world.
Hold on. Y'all
Best team
two
in the
don't know
world.
this. Guess who? Caleb works nights here and there at LaBerge, the casino LaBerge. Shout out LaBerge. Guess who Caleb met the other night at the casino?
Alex Bregman.
Bregman. Got a picture with him. We're going to put a picture as the cover of the podcast, the picture of Caleb selfieing with Alex Bregman the other night.
It's
It
pretty
excited
awesome.
me because Bregman is the GOAT.
Was
He's
he
gonna
the,
get
was
second
he
or
the only
third.
one there?
They said there was supposed to be 2 players there, but when I walked when I walked across the casino, I only seen him.
He
And
went up
got a selfie with him. Show him.
and you talked to him for a while?
I talked to him for like a minute.
What'd he say?
He really didn't say much. He was. I mean, I couldn't sit there and talk to him because I would have been like interrupting the gameplay.
The gameplay.
Yeah, of blackjack.
Number
was-
1,
He's playing blackjack.
why did you just not happen to have my Bregman jersey? 2, so you're saying if you went to a game and he saw your face sitting on the right field line and you had his jersey on, he wouldn't sign it?
And
Would he
3.
recognize you if you went to a home game in the next week?
Yes.
You
I
got
think
a
he would
picture.
too. I really think he would. Look at the picture.
We're making it happen. We're making it happen.
Let's really go. Do y'all want to go? Y'all down to go to a Houston Cleveland game? Really? I'll get you a ticket, Dustin. We'll go.
Yeah, I'm down.
Caleb, Matt,
I'm in.
Frank. Y'all down to go watch the Astros beat Cleveland? Let's wait till Game 5 just in case they sweep them 3-0 and we'll just go to Boston series. But yeah, bringing that Bregman jersey, Caleb, I think he'd recognize you, dude. I really do. I think he'd recognize you.
Yeah,
That was within a week.
He's only the most overrated player I've ever watched.
He also speaks Spanish. Dude, how's he
For the Astros.
for the best team in baseball?
Let me
arguably?
rephrase. He's not overrated. He's overrated by standards that people are saying he is.
Overhyped.
He's
Yeah,
an
he's
overhyped
over-
MVP candidate, but he is an all-star great player.
Yeah, but he's still not better than Nolan Arenado.
Is he a top 3 AL third baseman? Is he a possible Gold Glover? Yes, he is.
He's not going to win the.
Who's going to win it? Jose Ramirez?
Jose? Well, people don't know.
He's good.
Under 260.
Yeah, he's
What-
good. Ramirez
what-
is good, but Bregman's a better
What
all-around
people don't
and a better
understand-
fielder for sure.
What people don't understand is Jose Ramirez is not even a third baseman.
Yeah,
He's a
utility
second
player.
baseman.
Utility player. He plays outfield. Second
Since
base,
Josh
third.
Donaldson has been on the Indians, he hasn't played third
See,
base.
that's only been like 2 months, though. I'm saying majority
Been
season,
about 3 weeks.
he was classified a third baseman.
Well, I'm
And
looking
I
at
say
stat
Bregman is the best AL third
You
baseman
can't go off
in
of
the
batting
league.
average anymore. Only 21 hitters in all of Major League Baseball hit over 300 this year. That's
All
the
right,
lowest
so
in like
baseball-
27 years.
Baseball, we'll move quickly into the NL. Dustin's team, the Braves, so I'm sure he's going to be going with them, facing off versus the Dodgers, who are the defending NL champs. I got to take the Dodgers in the series. I really want Braves to win. I really do, but I got to go with the Dodgers, man.
I like the young group the Astros are working with. Dodgers are, yeah, you're right. Messed that all up. That's the Braves. I was going to talk about how the Dodgers, I think they're going to choke. Honestly, Puig, you was a little hype in that celebration.
Get a
talking
little
about-
drunk. We all been there before.
Yeah, but yeah, Dodgers even choked in the World Series when you had it. I
You
just think
should-
it happens again.
You should see me when LSU's playing. I'm going bananas.
I'll take them there Dodgers. I like the Dodgers in this series play. This be a good little playoffs. We have 2v2, so we have me and Hunter going against Dustin and Haga.
Give me them Braves. Acuna, Ender, Freddie, Nick, Ozzy, Tyler Flowers, Kurt Suzuki. Give me my boys. Dansby, we're going to make it through this one without you. But if we're being honest, Charlie Culberson's better than you anyways. Johan Camargo, Michael Fulcanelli, Sean Newcomb. Our pitching rotation's some young bulls.
You've never heard of these guys, but these may be those guys.
Oh, no. They're those guys.
Dude, I like it. I like Acuna Jr. and I like Albies. I like the team. I like Markakis and I like Freeman a lot for sure. It is a good team. I could see him beating the Dodgers, but I got to go with LA.
I think
LA has the second highest market cap in sports. So if you think sports are rigged, baseball in particular, Yankees and Dodgers are most likely going to play each other. That's the two largest fan bases.
And that'll lead us to our
No, it's that rigged.
next series between
It's
the
not rigged.
Colorado high-powered offense
Oh, I get
Rockies.
the pun there. Colorado high.
and the
Colorado's
Milwaukee
are going to
Brewers.
stay high, bro.
And
They're
the
going to
Brewers.
get lit.
You think they're going to beat them?
They're going to ding-dong the Brewers. In Colorado, they're going to ding-dong them. And they're going to catch Game 5. They're winning it. Rockies. They're going to keep the momentum going, dude.
Who's
They
got-
just knocked off the Cubs.
Who's got home field
Your
advantage?
Cubs.
Who's got home field advantage?
Brewers.
Give me the Brewers.
I don't think that's going to happen
Give me
in all four
Milwaukee.
series.
Give me Milwaukee. Christian Yelich is the MVP of this year. Give me Christian Yelich.
Same Steech, Yelich, and the Brewers.
Hunter, I think
He
you're
got
just biased
Yelich.
towards Colorado.
No, dude. I'm biased towards Colorado, of course, because I've been there multiple times and plan on moving there soon. But I'm taking Colorado because, yeah, Brewers have Yelich, MVP. Colorado has multiple. They got Blackman dinging leadoff. They got Trevor Story hitting Eiffel Tower bombs. They got Arenado, best third baseman in the league,
But
aside
hey,
from Bregman.
it's
and
Arenado. Be
Arenado,
respectful.
Arenado, whatever.
That
best
man,
third baseman.
that guy.
And you got experience, dude. You got Charlie Blackman. You got DJ LeMahieu, exactly. You got Cargo. You got
No,
Cargo.
y'all
a
are
playoff
forgetting.
Monster.
Y'all are
And then
forgetting.
you got a pitching staff. Freeland, in particular who isn't doing bad,
Hey.
and Jarman Marquez,
You're
who I
for-
seen take down the Astros. I got Colorado, dude.
You're forgetting
I
to
got
put
I got
respect.
Trevor 10 stories high. Trevor's story.
You have got to put a little bit more respect on the Rockies, and when you list their players, if you don't say David Dahl when you're talking about the
David Dahl,
Rockies,
Give me David Dahl. Give me Ian Desmond. That's what I'm saying. They're 1 through 9. You can name them all. Give me the catcher. Give me whoever on the Rockies. Rockies win it, dude. Rockies win it.
all right.
So that moves us out of baseball into our premium play of the week. We each say one. And does anybody out there is off the top of their head ready to go?
Yeah.
Remember exactly what stood out the most?
Give me the Baltimore Ravens -3.
Ravens by 3, okay. My premium play of the week is going to be, this is going to be biased, but because it's going to be Mr. Breeze Day, and I'm probably going to be down a lot of money come Monday, and I'm going to house it all on the Saints. Give me Saints by 6.5, or give me Rams teaser with Saints teaser. Saints by 0.5 point, Rams by 1 point.
I'm going to have to take the Titans by 3.5 against the Bills. I think that spread's really low. And I think everybody should take that.
My premium play for the week, after a little decision making, my premium play of the week is the LSU Tigers by 3.
All right, so we'll wrap it up there, guys. Looking forward to another week. Looking forward to some fantasy football. Hopefully I can get on the drawing board with another dub. Win out. I'll probably win out from here out and end up winning both leagues. But we'll leave it there. Give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Legend Gear and Apparel. Go check them out at legendgear.co. Got quality business products, watches, ties. About to have our own custom line of apparel, t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, quarter sleeve, pocket tees, hats, jerseys. We're about to have the whole 9 yards. So go check the site out at legendgear.co, on Instagram at Legend Gear Apparel, and check out the YouTube channel at Legends Never Die Podcast 1, and on Instagram at Legends Never Die Podcast 1. And we got a new sponsor that we're looking into an agreement with called New Life. It's a sports gel. It's going to supposedly slow down the way you age. I seen a man the other day, 50 years old, looked 30 years old. It was unbelievable stuff. It's going to be a good product. We'll see what happens, though. We're in talks. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to next week. So we'll see y'all guys.